Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news tonight, a developing story out of Manatee County. A fatal crash at DeSoto Speedway happening earlier tonight. According to Speed Sport magazine, racing veteran David Steele was killed when he was tangled with lap traffic and crashed his number 33 car. He was driving in the Southern Sprint Car Shootout Series event. The DeSoto Speedway is located on State Road 64 in Bradenton. Protesting becoming more and more common throughout the nation and here on the Suncoast. The American Civil Liberties Union offering training on how to make those demonstrations safer and more effective. ABC 7's Erica Jackson was at one of those training events hosted by the organization Today in Town and tells us how the group says constituents can get the attention of their lawmakers.
The Suncoast has seen more than a dozen protests over the last year, many of them having police presence as a precaution. And now a national organization is showing those protesters how to get their point across without resulting in an arrest.
If I have something to say, I want to be heard.
Suncoast resident Claude Macrina wants to see change in the U.S., starting with the state of Florida. He was at Congressman Vern Buchanan's town hall meeting last week, but didn't get to express his concerns to the U.S. representative.
I was very disappointed. I wanted to ask a question, and I didn't get the opportunity, and then I find all the microphones were on the end and I was in the middle.
The Sarasota chapter of the ACLU is helping locals make the change they want to see, starting with training on how to influence legislators at local town hall meetings and protests.
It's a way for people to express that they are upset about the direction of their government, and government officials should listen to those protests.
The ACLU says local protests have been successful without any arrests.
Why are you blocking traffic?
But some local demonstrations have created a traffic headache for drivers. So the group has trained legal observers that ensure demonstrators are peacefully expressing themselves.
Someone is taking photographs, video, someone that we're communicating if there's an issue, if there's traffic.
The Sarasota chapter has seen its membership triple to 3,600 people since the presidential election. Barfield says the group wants to protect First Amendment rights for everyone.
Popular speech doesn't need any protection. Unpopular speech does. So the right to protest is sacred under our Constitution.
This information is expected to be used on Sunday when the Party for Socialism and Liberation hosts a protest in Sarasota rallying against the Trump agenda. Reporting from Sarasota, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Erica. A collision between a car and a motorcycle ending fatally for one Bradenton man this morning on US 41. The Florida Highway Patrol responding to the section of road just south of Braden Avenue at 8:45 this morning. Troopers say a SUV was attempting to turn out of a McDonald's but failed to see a motorcycle approaching in the southbound lanes. The two collided and the motorcyclist, Chad Stevens, was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver of the SUV was not injured in the crash but has been charged for violation of right-of-way. A South Carolina man has been arrested in Punta Gorda after troopers found the semi-truck he was driving to be stolen. Weight inspectors at the Punta Gorda weigh station located at mile marker 161 on I-75 notified the Florida Highway Patrol to the possibly stolen 2007 semi-tractor trailer on Friday. The operator of that semi, a South Carolina man named Maurice McKelvey, presented the recently painted truck to troopers along with a title listing a different VIN number. In an investigation, during an investigation, they found the semi-truck was reported as stolen in 2014 from Georgia. McKelvey has been charged with grand theft auto. A beautiful spring day here on the Suncoast. Let's check in with Wendy Ross for a look at that weather. Wendy?
Well, we had a little bit of cloudy skies early this morning, and they lasted just about all day. And then towards the end of the day, that's when things really got very nice out, unless you were in the Panhandle. And in the Panhandle, we've been watching the rain showers coming on in advance of a frontal system. But that system is lifting on up towards the north. So we, in our area, we're seeing partly cloudy to mostly fair skies at this hour. hour. And our temperatures have now dropped down to 70 degrees, but we're still looking at moderate dew point and humidity levels, so there's a little bit more of a feeling of moisture in the air, and those winds have picked up a little bit. They're coming in out of the east-southeast at around 13 miles per hour. We're seeing some 60s and 70s on the map. If you're towards the water, you're getting temperatures in the 60s, but if you're inland, you're also seeing the same kind of thing, and most of our temperatures will continue to drop just incrementally over the next couple of hours. And for the overnight time period, we can expect to see partly cloudy skies with those temperatures bottoming out in the 60s. And we'll let you know what we can expect for tomorrow's forecast in just a minute. Adam?
All right, thank you very much, Wendy. Las Vegas police say the man who opened fire on the Vegas Strip has been taken into custody. The shooting left one person dead and another wounded. That incident starting Saturday morning on Las Vegas Boulevard outside of the Cosmopolitan Hotel. Las Vegas police say the suspect barricaded himself on this bus, shutting down traffic in both directions. None of the shots fired hit any of the surrounding hotels and casinos, but they certainly did not go unnoticed, stunning many of the tourists who flocked to the popular street. Other resorts on the same block include the Bellagio and Planet Hollywood.
The employees were evacuated on the side of the building. I didn't hear anything, but definitely want to get out of there.
That individual complied with the police and was taken into custody without incident.
Police say the suspected gunman was arrested without incident, and it is not known what his motive was or what his possible connection is to these victims. Meanwhile, Las Vegas police also on the lookout tonight for suspects involved in a brazen robbery of a jewelry store inside the Bellagio Hotel and Casino. Panicked guests on lockdown as people scramble to leave the building. Police say thieves entered the Bellagio shopping mall after midnight, busted through the windows of a jewelry store and smashed display cases using sledgehammers. Those robbers wearing animal masks and taking off with the loot into a getaway car.
That vehicle failed to start for them. They tried to carjack some other people. That didn't go so well. They were unable to carjack those people. We don't have all of the suspects in custody.
But
we have people. We're confident that we have a good trail to lead us to the suspects.
At least one suspect is now in custody, and police continue to search for those responsible. Authorities say no shots were fired and no one was hurt. One of the most popular festivals in Manatee County underway earlier today, the DeSoto Seafood Festival, celebrating its second day of live music with the classic rock headlining band 38 Special and great seafood. Now in its 30th year, the festival featuring local restaurants and oyster bars serving up their popular fish specialties, oysters, shrimp, and of course many more.
We come out, it's a great event, it's a safe place for the community to come out and enjoy themselves, and we like to get to introduce ourselves to the community. It's great music, good food.
The festival runs again tomorrow from noon until 6, and tomorrow it is $5 per person. And still to come here on ABC7, the Trump administration's their plans moving forward following a disappointing failure to repeal Obamacare, and a homeowner's fight against their HOA to fly a Blue Lives Matter flag.
Although the financial crisis was some years back, it's still hurting many seniors today. But if you're a homeowner 62 or older, there's a mortgage program that just might make life a little easier. It's technically called a home equity conversion mortgage, but to keep it simple, let's call it a reverse mortgage loan. With the reverse mortgage, you can convert your home equity into cash.
We're not overwhelmed with paying the bills anymore.
And at the same time, eliminate your monthly mortgage payments.
We've got money in the bank.
You never give up ownership.
And smiles on our faces.
For your free information kit, call now. You'll have to pay your property taxes and insurance and keep up with maintenance, but you won't make mortgage payments. You'll receive money. For your free information kit, call now.
Call 1-800-634-1517 for more information. That's 1-800-634-1517.
Join us this Saturday night at 7 o'clock and 11:30 for the House to Home Show, featuring some of the finest homes for sale right here on the Sun Coast. Whatever your taste, you're certain to find properties that satisfy your particular buying preferences. Presented by SWC Properties right here on ABC7.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular received a J.D. Power Award for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-297-5313. Go to consumercellular.com or visit a Target or Sears store today.
Attention! This is an important message for anyone who has taken Xarelto or Pradaxa. If you or a loved one took the blood thinner medication Xarelto or Pradaxa and was then hospitalized for internal bleeding, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to serious, even fatal internal bleeding. If you suffered a stroke, heart attack, or serious internal bleeding, or if a loved one died after taking Xarelto or Pradaxa, call us now. Our network of attorneys have years of experience fighting the big pharmaceutical companies and is ready to fight for you. Potential claims are being reviewed for users of Xarelto or Pradaxa who have suffered severe bleeding or hemorrhaging, stroke, or even death. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You won't pay a thing unless your case is settled. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone.
Please call 800-928-6604. That is 800-928-6604.
And piece together a great health care plan for the people. Do not worry. But plenty of voters are worried.
The plan they had kicked 24 million people off of health insurance.
But Trump supporters held rallies across the nation Saturday, some turning violent, like this one in Huntington Beach, California. Police say a march of about 2,000 Trump supporters clashed with dozens of anti-Trump forces. 3 people were arrested. Meanwhile, Vice President Mike Pence rallying the troops in West Virginia at a listening session with small business owners saying Obamacare won't last.
We will end the Obamacare nightmare and give the American people the world-class health care that they deserve.
The GOP's effort to replace Obamacare now uncertain because House Republicans could not marshal enough votes to pass their plan.
Obamacare is the law of the land. It's going to remain the law of the land until it's replaced.
Some lawmakers say just walking away from the problem would not be responsible either.
Doing nothing is not the answer after this setback.
But so far, there's no quick fix agreeable to all sides. Republicans in Congress haven't said what their move is likely to be, but the administration says it's moving on to tax reform. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, New York.
The controversial announcement by a state attorney on Florida's death penalty case attracting even more attention after the president of the Florida NAACP announcing at their state conference his disapproval of Governor Rick Scott's decision to take the Markeith Lloyd case away from state attorney Aramis Ayala. Lloyd has been charged with first-degree murder in the killings of his ex-girlfriend and an Orlando police lieutenant. Scott gave Lloyd's case to another prosecutor after Ayala said she would no longer seek the death penalty. Ayala saying Scott overstepped his authority. Now the NAACP is asking him to return that case. A Florida woman has been told to remove a Blue Lives Matter flag from her front yard. The flag has flown outside of the home for years to honor family in law enforcement, but now Homeowners Association is saying the flag is breaking their rules. The association sending a letter telling them to take it down or submit a form asking for permission to fly that flag. But when they submitted that form, they were denied. The HOA calling the flag racist and offensive.
We've got black officers, Asian officers. You've got every race. I mean, for them to say it's racist, blue's not a race. I mean, it's the furthest thing from it.
The family plans to appeal at an association meeting next month. An airline is blaming a ticket scanning device for sending an elderly couple to their wrong destination. They were supposed to fly from Florida to Michigan on Thursday, but ended up flying to upstate New York. Both wheelchair bound, and an attendant wheeled that couple onto their flight, only it was not their flight. They were supposed to go to Grand Rapids, Michigan, but ended up in Ogdensburg, New York.
When you look out the window, you couldn't really tell where you were going.
The captain, or whoever it was, said something terrible has happened. And I said, really? You're on the wrong plane. You're in New York. And I laughed.
A spokesman for Allegiant Airlines says an employee got them, and at the same time there was a glitch with a scanning device they used to scan boarding passes, but the couple says they really didn't mind the extra adventure. The airline refunded their flight and sent them to their correct destination.
Well,
so at least they're being optimistic about it.
They had a great attitude about it.
Got to see a new place in the country.
Yes, isn't that wonderful?
Unexpected.
I've never been to Ogdensburg.
Ogdensburg, New York.
I couldn't even get the pronunciation right. So there you go. I haven't been. So
well,
that would be a fun adventure.
Should hop on a flight.
No harm, no foul, I say. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We had great weather today, once again. Yeah. We had a really nice day. A little bit more cloud cover. This is what it looked like during the afternoon hours. And it's interesting because it was during the day, earlier in the day, that we had a lot more cloud cover. And then during the evening hours, we really started to see some things get nicer and nicer. And take a look. This was right after sunset. It was absolutely beautiful. I hope you got outside. Maybe you took a beach walk. It was the perfect night to do that. Today we got up to a high of 82. 60 was the overnight low, and keep in mind our temperatures are supposed to be 58 and 77, so we were a far cry from 77 degrees, and tomorrow we're going to see pretty much the same kind of story as far as our temperatures are concerned. We've got readings that are in the 70s and 80s just about statewide, and this is true even in the Panhandle. They had a little bit cloudier of a day today, and they also had some rain. That's taking place right now across parts of the Panhandle. But around our immediate area, we saw temperatures in the 80s. Punta Gorda reporting 85, and you can see right here along the coastline temperatures were either 81 or 82 degrees, and this was even true as you moved into the center of the state as well. Now we're starting to see more moisture moving along the Panhandle of Florida, and most of this wet weather is lifting on up towards the north, and it's being carried there by a frontal system. But we've got some drier air out here in the Gulf, and it's starting to sweep across the state, which is going to help to keep our rain chances down. In fact, we're not even looking for any rain until Friday, this coming Friday. So right now we've got the showers that are across the Panhandle, and this is all taking place in advance of a frontal system, but that front is lifting on towards the north. So those showers are going to stay pretty much to the north once they move across the Panhandle. They're not going to be moving in our direction. We're not expecting rain here along the Sun Coast, but we could see some showers along the east coast of Florida, and that could take place as early as tomorrow. So we've got a couple of showers down here. They're expected right at the Cape. Some cloudy weather down to the south with some showers moving inland as well, because we've got high pressure that's helping to bring in these winds, and they're setting up the showers that we're seeing along the east coast. There's just not enough impetus to bring it over here. So we're not expecting to see the rains right here tomorrow. We are expecting instead to get the showers sort of all around us, but not here, with partly cloudy skies in the forecast. And what we're going to be seeing as this frontal system moves on up towards the north, we've got another front that's going to be coming on through here, and that's the one that could give us some rain by Friday. This high pressure system stays in place, gives us some nice weather for tomorrow, and we're looking at mostly sunny conditions, partly cloudy skies. We'll see our temperature highs above normal, and we are expecting to see rain next week. So this is what the 7-day forecast looks like. We'll see those temperatures in the 80s above normal, with our best rain chance on Friday with a 20% chance of rain. Adam?
Thank you, Wendy. The first spot in the Final Four has been filled. We'll tell you who it is coming up in sports.
With a top prize of $10 million, the new $10 million World Class Cash Scratch-Off from the Florida Lottery is your ticket to take on the world. $10 million million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery. One of our life-changing scratch-offs offering billions in cash prizes.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
An important message for Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you receiving all the benefits available to you? Now's the time to find the coverage that's right for you at the right price. The way to do that is to explore your options. You can spend hours doing that yourself, or you can call Health Markets and let us do the legwork for you. Let us find you the right plan at the right price and see if you qualify to lower your prescription costs. Put our free service to work for you at no charge.
Call 1-800-738-1923.
Through March, Florida Studio Theater is presenting the play Brownsville Song, and our city will begin discussions
on race,
on equality,
on civil rights,
the most important conversation of our time.
Will you join us?
At the theater,
on panels,
or online at ABC7's website.
Add your voice and make a difference.
Everything all right? Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery? Sure. We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View. I'm Stephanie Roberts on Suncoast View, picking a summer camp for your kids, plus a Sarasota film director, the Whiskey Obsession Festival, and Blue Mangrove in the kitchen. Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
Now, sports.
Xavier and Gonzaga squaring off tonight in the NCAA tournament, each with a shot at school history. Xavier's Chris Mack and Gonzaga's Mark Few meeting before the game, hoping to get their school to a first ever Final Four. First half, Gonzaga red hot from three. Josh Perkins off the screen. Perkins again from deep. Jonathan Williams this time with the lefty stroke. Nigel Williams-Goss joining the party. And it's Williams-Goss again with another three. The Bulldogs 53% from beyond the arc tonight, but Trevon Blewett and those Musketeers will not go away easy. Blewett hitting a deep three to cut the deficit to 7 points, and later even getting a little help from Gonzaga. Williams going for the rebound, knocks it into the basket. Doesn't matter though, Gonzaga absolutely has their way with Xavier, and they will be making their first ever Final Four appearance. Manny Machado returning for the Orioles tonight in their spring training matchup with the Twins. Machado played his last World Baseball Classic game a week ago for the Dominican Republic. He went 0 for 3 tonight, but Baltimore won 6-3. Right fielder Seth Smith going 2 for 3 with a double in that game. The Pirates beating the Tigers at home. Two Pirates hitting home runs, including Austin Meadows, who is batting .308 this spring training. And the Rays coming up short against the Red Sox. Lefty Blake Snell taking his second spring training loss after giving up 4 earned runs over 4 innings. And our Orioles fans of the day sent in by Debbie Dalcanzo, the family enjoying a little bit of that spring training night game action. People in Oakland, California are making a last-minute pitch to keep their hometown NFL team. They held a rally Saturday morning to support keeping the Raiders in Oakland. NFL owners are expected to decide Monday whether the team will be allowed to move to Las Vegas, but Oakland has made a counter pitch promising to build a new stadium and improve infrastructure.
There is no freaking reason why the Raiders should even be allowed to go to Las Vegas.
Most NFL insiders believe the league has enough support to, or enough votes rather, to support that move. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand, with no surprises, and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular received a J.D. Power Award for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-297-5313. Go to consumercellular.com or visit a Target or Sears store today.
For years, I told everyone my Craftmatic adjustable bed was the greatest until I got the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has an adjustable pillow feature that's awesome. You're gonna want one too when you see how little they cost.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less, featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest, bedside power plugs, underbed night lights, and more. Available in all mattress types with optional heat and soothing massage for as much as half the price of Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. Adjust the rising pillow feature to help align your head, neck, and shoulders. See for yourself with our 30-day in-home trial. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-237-0214. That's 1-800-237-0214. Call 1-800-237-0214. Call now.
Attention, this is an important message for anyone who has taken Xarelto or Pradaxa. If you or a loved one took the blood thinner medication Xarelto or Pradaxa and was then hospitalized for internal bleeding, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to serious, even fatal internal bleeding. If you suffered a stroke, heart attack, or serious internal bleeding, or if a loved one died after taking Xarelto or Pradaxa, call us now. Our network of attorneys have years of experience fighting the big pharmaceutical companies and is ready to fight for you. Potential claims are being reviewed for users of Xarelto or Pradaxa who have suffered severe bleeding or hemorrhaging, stroke, or even death. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You won't pay a thing unless your case is settled. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone.
Please call 800-928-6604. That is 800-928-6604.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
Now this is using your head. A Guinness World Record has been set for crushing building blocks, not with your hands, but with your noggin. A young Bosnian Taekwondo champion setting this new Guinness World Record today by crushing 111 building blocks in only 35 seconds, which unofficially makes him the world record in this unusual discipline and probably only the second person to ever attempt it.
You mean somebody else has tried to do this?
Yeah, I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing you could count them all on one hand.
Wow, that's fascinating.
Although the front flips were pretty impressive.
I was very impressed.
Reading the script, I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I can move my head up and down 100 times in 35 seconds.
Holy cow, do you think you get a headache from doing something like that?
No, probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah.
No, he's got a calloused head.
Way too disciplined.